The House Rules Committee held a hearing on the Inflation Reduction Act on Wednesday. The legislation is a scaled-down version of the Build Back Better bill, a multi-trillion-dollar climate and social safety net package that Democrats failed to pass last year. The act is a large investment in making healthcare and prescription drugs more affordable, fighting climate change, and taxing wealthy corporations. During Wednesday's hearing, Congressman Buddy Carter specifically discussed drug pricing in the bill. While he agreed that prescription drug prices need to be lower, the Georgia lawmaker argued that the Inflation Reduction Act will actually be harmful and would, quote, deter and kill research and development.
Mr. Carter, do you want to be yielded to?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate that. I want to finish what I had started a few minutes ago about this drug pricing part of this. And listen, this is serious. I've been doing this ever since I've been in Congress. Finally, the first thing I did when I got to Congress was go to the FTC and tell them, you need to look at the vertical integration that has taken place in the drug pricing chain. The fact that the insurance company owns the PBM and owns the pharmacy. They are practicing steering. They steer their patients to their pharmacy so that they can make the most. They are practicing, as I said, they're getting these rebates. And what we're doing, we all agree, Republicans and Democrats, we need to bring down prescription drug prices. But the Hippocratic Oath tells us, do no harm. What this bill is going to do is going to be harmful because it's going to deter and kill research and development at a time we can ill afford it. It is going to do that. We need cures. We need a cure for Alzheimer's. The price that we're going to have to pay, both financially and emotionally, the strain on families that Alzheimer's brings, the strain on the caregivers, all of that is going to have a tremendous burden on our society if we don't find cures for it. And here we are trying to pass this bill that's going to do just the opposite of what we need to be doing. And I have to defer, and I have to disagree with my good friend, the chair of the Energy and Commerce Committee. H.R. 19 is not a partisan bill. It is a bipartisan bill, and it has solutions in it that will achieve what all of us want to achieve. That is to bring down prescription drug pricing, but it will do it in such a way that it won't kill research and development. And what we're doing, or what y'all are doing in this one, with this this is not negotiation. This is extortion. What you're doing to the drug companies here is extortion.
All right.
And one last thing, I just got to tell you, this is going to kill research and development at a time we can least afford to do it. We all want the same thing here, and I'll yield.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to respond.
I'm happy to yield to briefly to the gentleman from New Jersey, the chairman of the Energy and Commerce Committee.
Look, Mr. Carter, I admire you, but look, the bottom line is H.R. 19, the Republican alternative. Sure, it does have something around the edges in terms of capping costs out of pocket and inflation, but it does not deal with negotiated prices, and that's the only significant way that you're going to bring down prices. And look, I'm more than willing to work with you to address the PBM problem, but the fact of the matter is it's the pharmaceutical industry that sets list price for the drugs, and the drug manufacturers increase the prices year after year. In the number of price increases for the first 7 months of 2022 exceeded the 2020 and 21 hikes in the same period. And this year so far, there have been 1,186 price hikes for prescription drugs, and 64 different pharmaceutical companies have increased prices so far this year. It is not fair for the American people to continue to pay these high prices, but every other developed country in the world does not. The S&P increase says that the pharmaceutical industry has had a bigger profit than any other industry in the last few years. There's no way in the world that they don't have enough money to do research and innovation. Most of them, 7 out of 10 of them, Mr. Carter, spend more money on advertising than they do on research, and the government ends up funding most of the research anyway. So this idea that it's just not fair. It's not fair to the average American that we have to continue to pay these high prices because the pharmaceuticals say, oh, we need this money for research. They're just getting profits. They're paying it back to their shareholders. They're taking out ads so people buy the drugs. They're not spending most of the money on research. It's just not the case. But anyway,
Well,
I yield back, Mr. Chairman.
Well, thank